We now know that while the NSA collected phone records and emails as part of their surveillance program, they also mistakenly intercepted the messages of innocent Americans, including telephone calls made over satellite lines from the Middle East from our soldiers. So with our privacy under attack, and it is all this necessary to combat terror?
Joining us now is Representative Jim Bridenstine of Oklahoma. Good morning, Congressman.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing well. So what do you think of this program? Let's be clear. This has been around for years. This has been going on in some form or another since September 11th, and Congress has continued to approve this when it has come up for renewal. So what do you think of the disclosures that we're learning today?
Well, I think, this is an issue for our country that goes back long before even September 11th. We have always had an issue in our country of a tension between liberty and security, and this goes back to our founding. And so this isn't new, but the question here is, does the federal government have the authority to collect phone records of Americans in America? And, the Director of National Intelligence, James Clapper, will tell you that it's okay because we're not querying the data unless there's reasonable suspicion. And you've got to remember that reasonable suspicion is a lower standard than probable cause. So I think that this is a violation of the Fourth Amendment. But specifically, they're collecting the data. And that's the problem. They're collecting data without probable cause and without a warrant. They're collecting it, and that's the problem. So I do think that this is a violation of the Fourth Amendment. And here's what's even potentially
hold on,
worse.
wait, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Congressman. I just hope that the Congress, and you're a member of it, will set in place some sort of roadblock against misusing this information. Is there a plan to do that?
Well, in the Senate, Rand Paul has a piece of legislation that basically reaffirms the Fourth Amendment and requires probable cause. But again, we're going back to the fact that they're collecting the information without probable cause, and they're saying we can collect it, we're just not querying it. The issue here is, and this, James Clapper, the Director of National Intelligence, will tell you, unfortunately, that this program is okay because it has oversight from the Department of Justice. That's the memo I got just yesterday from the department. We're talking about Eric Holder, the same person who spied on James Rosen of Fox News for talking about a North Korean nuclear test, the same person who authorized the spying of, on the Associated Press for reporting on a thwarted terrorist attack, the same person who's been held in contempt by Congress for not being forthcoming about Fast and Furious. So this is not the person you want overseeing the NSA's collection of information, especially as it relates to phone records on American citizens. One other thing I think is important for all Americans to be concerned with. What if the federal government put a camera in your house and they said, we're going to film you, but we're not going to look at the film unless there's reasonable suspicion? I don't think this is a standard that anybody in America should be comfortable with.
That's very close to what they're doing now, recording every keystroke on your computer.
Yeah, Congressman Jim Bridenstine, thanks so much for coming in with your perspective.
Thank you.